doing? Why are you taking photos? This just happened like an hour ago. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for episode 11. My name is Brandon Nash, aka Sergeant Nash. We have co-host Mike Barreri, retired. And this is Sergeant's Corner. Really? You never got in trouble like 17, 18, 19, 20? Never runner? I know you joined the Army pretty young, but
yeah,
you were already in your 20s, though.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now. Like, like saying that'll get you in trouble that you shouldn't be saying, not knowing when to keep your mouth shut. Yeah,
just that society right now lacks the self-control of all age groups. Nobody has it, you know? Well, obviously people have it. The majority of people that you see throughout social media that have no self-control, no respect, we'll say. They take that whole freedom of speech to the level of, I will disrespect anybody because I'm allowed to.
I feel like maybe it was the way I was raised, you know?
All right, well, how were you raised?
Oh, man, dude. I basically had to raise myself, man, at a very young age. You know, my mother, she liked to travel a lot. Like, so before I was 12, we were moving from one country to another. She worked for the United Nations. Like, she was a translator. She spoke like, my mom is smart, dude. Like, she speaks 6 languages, probably more now. But yeah, we were constantly moving. She was constantly at work. I learned how to cook when I was like 7 or 8, cooked for myself, you know. Would come home, the house would be empty, you know, so I was pretty proactive, was taught to be proactive. Hey, start cleaning your room, help clean the house, help make dinner, do your laundry. I didn't have a normal upbringing. I had a childhood, but I had a I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Full House
with
absent
mature
parent,
for my age. Yeah, basically. I mean, you know what that's like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because what's crazy is the generation difference, right? You're how much older are you? You're what, 12 years older than me?
I just turned 33. Yeah, I just turned 33 this month.
33? I don't think so, pal. No. 43. So you're 12 years. Yeah. You're 12 years and change older than me.
Yeah.
So
how old are you? What, 23?
Yeah. I just turned 19. So hopefully I can start drinking soon if they lower the age or whatnot.
According to my wife, she's 17 years old.
Yeah, you don't get when you're a woman, you don't go past a certain age. Like once you make it, that's it. You're done. Every birthday is the same. My question is, do you think that because of your mom's job that you brought up, I guess, to respect everyone because of the job, because of the field that she was in? Do you think that lays a factor in, hey, I have to be respectful because you're meeting so many different people?
Yeah. Like whenever she worked for embassies, like she brought me to every function, like very young. Whenever I was like, all right, I need to be respectful, you know, matured.
So what if the answer to society's problem with overreactions, being blatantly disrespectful, right, is just being social with the community? Because I think that the reason I am so respectful to everyone I meet is I work in construction, so I'm constantly meeting new clients. I'll go to the stores. I have to talk to people. So I am self-aware that, hey, people have feelings and I should not hurt them, right? And I'm not saying, oh, bow down to somebody because they're soft, right? But I'm saying there's no reason for me to verbally attack somebody because, one, I'm not threatened by anyone. And I think that's a lot of the problem. I think people get threatened very easily. They feel belittled when they're challenged, right? So I wonder, there's so many people, they're so stuck on social media all the time that they're not actually getting that engagement with community. So I wonder if that's like where the real problem is resonating, where people, the respect for society is going way down.
I mean, going back to that, like you hit it right on the nose. I'll tell you exactly where society went wrong and how we lost that aspect of basic politeness, respect for other human beings. Chivalry. The rise of social media is when society's downfall started, as
Right.
far as social correctness, politeness, and etiquette. That's what happened, because basically it gave rise to your keyboard warriors. The filter, your mouth filter, basically went out the window, because to say whatever you want to people that you will never see, allegedly never see, never talk to. So yeah,
Right. Because
but
think about this. We have self checkouts, right? Because they're so used to their pace is fine. If I go to self checkout,
yeah.
I'll be there for an hour pissing off the whole store because I'm entitled. But you go to somebody that's a cashier, now it's a problem, or you're not used to someone else's time, I should say. What point I'm getting at is that the advancements that we're taking is making society less independent. Look how disrespectful people are. And I'll give you a quick example. I drive home today. My wife calls me and somebody's parked in my backyard and she's outside with a camera. She's in my backyard and she's with a camera taking pictures of trees. And then she kind of lowered it at some people's properties. Very weird. And I'm not angry or anything. My neighbor, he's also a veteran. He walked over there and said, "You do realize you're on private property. What are you doing? Why are you taking photos? This just happened like an hour ago." And so I just pull in and he's across on his property. She's still parked in my property. So I start walking down there. She gets in her car and drives off right away. So
Didn't
I'm
even
like,
say anything?
no, she didn't say nothing to me. So I called the neighbor. I'm like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I asked her why she was parked on your property." I'm like, "Yeah, I was kind of curious as well why somebody thinks it's okay that, I'll just park on somebody's property, as if there's nowhere else to park." And allegedly she was taking photos of birds, but he's very concerned because he was outside. He goes, "There is no birds." She was pointing it at my house, my house, the neighbor's house across the street, like all four of us basically, while
really
she's parked
weird,
on
dude.
my property. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I told him, I said, "Listen, if you see her again, I have no issues if somebody needs to park there because they are taking photos of birds. I don't care. Have the courtesy to knock on my door and say, 'Hey, I'm sorry, do you mind if I park down there? Because I got a big property. Can I park on there and do what I'm doing?'" I have no problem with that, dude. I'm super polite. I have a problem with disrespect, though. And I pay taxes on this property. You don't have the right to just drive up on somebody's property, park your vehicle, get out, walk around, take photos everywhere. I didn't like how I'm walking down there to ask her, "What are you doing? Why are you on my property, dude?" Like, it's the strangest thing ever. And this is an older woman too, man. So it's and my thought is that people act this way because they're not socializing outside of electronics.
Look, I think we were going downhill once social media, internet, and all that stuff started going, on the up and up. But it accelerated at lightning speed when COVID happened, when 2020 happened. You know what I mean? Because basically, what did it do? It literally forced people to isolate, right? For 2 years almost, and basically anytime, and it emboldened people, whether it be out of boredom or just not having that face to face, so you could, talk face to face. So there was no face, and it basically made it okay to talk to people, be rude to people, because I think it's harder to be rude to a person in person than it is on the internet or over the phone.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Nobody's going to look me in the face and talk to me. It's never happened, by the way, in my life. They'll get online and they'll talk all day, Never once has a man or even a woman come up to me and started talking because I'm doing something that they don't like, right? And, part of it's I carry myself in a way where you probably don't want to approach me, which is fine. But at the same time, that brings me back to, why are you so afraid of everything? Like the lady who just stormed out of my yard, you're in the wrong. I'm coming to ask you what's going, like, what are you doing? And she fled in fear is what it looked like. This guy, big dude's coming down the on his property. Like, I'm walking nice.
Bro, there's so many spectrums to this issue, with the social issue, the social dilemma, or lack thereof in today's society. There's the one end where overly aggressive, overly rude, no filter, and then you got the other aspect where avoids everything, like doesn't want to have any sort of social interaction. And there's like no medium, basically, like it's either or, and I think that lady falls one, I don't think she lost all social experience, how to act socially.
So if you are driving on somebody's private property with a utility access, get the off of it. I just wanted your thought on that. The respect for women has gone down. I've noticed you're at the store, guys will be yelling at their women. Women are carrying all the groceries. Sure, that's fine. I know women are strong. Women can do it. If you're in a relationship, primarily, a man should be taking care of a woman, right? This country's built on Christianity. We should probably follow some sort of objective truth of, yes, a man, the stronger person, should be doing the harder work, what have you. Yeah. My thought right now is that all with this whole transgender, I'm a woman, but you're a man, I think it's diminishing the chivalry of the nation. People do not respect women like they used to. And I'm not just talking about that. I'm just talking in general, right? Like, I could never, and I'm not saying couples don't argue, right? Behind closed doors, you're gonna argue. Names will be called. Sometimes it's fine. And my wife and I have spoke about this. I would never yell at my wife in public. I would never diminish her, embarrass her, nothing like that. We would never argue. I would say, didn't like that. We should talk later, something. Maybe a little hint, like a little nod, like, I'm irritated. I am. Somebody, I think, I'm trying to remember where you were. This was recent. It might have been at the rodeo or something. And this dude was just yelling at his wife or girlfriend, whatever she was. Go get the out of here, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, damn, dude. And now, as a man, I have to sit there and I have to pay attention because you've now drawn my attention. I'm not going to let a man put his hands on any woman in front of me. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just not going to happen. I'll defend any person in the weaker party. You don't even have to be a woman. If a man's beating on a man, I'm still going to stop it from happening. But like, all right, that's just not going to happen. But it just made me think, I'm like, wow, dude, not only do you not respect people in general with the common courtesies, chivalry, you also don't respect women in general. And I think it's because of this whole transgender thing. That because, everyone's a woman now. You could just be a woman, whatever you want. And the women that are standing up for that thought have no idea that you're ruining a man's perspective on, hey, I should open that door for that woman. Hey, I should help her carry those because it looks heavy. And nobody will do it anymore.
This has everything to do with the feminist movement, equal rights and all that stuff. Look, there's a lot of stuff I think women are definitely equal to men with, but there's other stuff that women are better than men at. Yeah. And the same thing with men. There's a lot of things men are better at than women, making this blanket statement saying that, hey, a man can do anything a woman can, or a woman can do anything a man can, is completely and utterly false. So look, there's certain things. Yes, I agree. Like they can, but there's other things that I don't think goes back to gender roles. There's nothing wrong with gender roles.
No, there's not. I mean? There's not. The problem is with it is that with the whole roles thing, nobody wants to feel like, a woman should be the one who does the dishes, right? And I don't agree with that either, right? As a household, you should be a partner. You should be helping out regardless. I don't believe that a man should only take out the trash. I don't believe a woman should only scrub toilets. That's not what we're talking about. Yeah. What I'm talking about is, not what we're talking as about. A combat engineer in the United States Army, if you want to be there, you must be able to carry every person in your platoon in full kit. And newsflash, as a woman, you cannot do that. And 80% of the men cannot do that, right?
That's 100% true. Yeah.
Yes. And I've had these arguments in the past. I've never treated a female soldier any different than anybody else. And I respect them for wanting to be there. That's fine. But when you come down to the point of, listen, I'm 220 pounds dry. Add full kit on me. Add sweat, blood, and tears. You're not even dragging me, dude. You're just not,
man.
you know? And I'm not saying there's some beastly women out there, because there is.
No,
the fun fact is, but they're not serving.
Exactly. You know? Not just
they're lifting, dude.
It's not just that. Even those beast women, you know, if they are in, guess what's going to happen? They're going to get kicked out. You know why? Because of height and weight. Because the measure, don't get me started with the height and weight thing.
Yeah,
right?
It's complete scam.
If you took a woman that went to the gym and is as physically capable as their male counterparts and can carry your 300-pound across enemy lines, she's going to be buff and fit, right?
Yeah.
But then when it comes to that every 6 months height and weight, because of the way they have the standards, you know, where they have to measure the hips, the bust, you know, the neck and all that stuff, she's going to bust tape.
Which I think they just changed that, did they not?
They did just change it. Yes, I don't know the details, so I'm not going to pretend I know.
Fact check.
You know, but that's how it was before, is what I'm saying. Yeah. And even so, like women that are fit like that, like muscular, like we'll have to get every single CrossFit athlete, bodybuilding women enrolled and enlisted into like combat engineer. That would be like a requirement or something, which is stupid. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, and I had I'm sorry. My first duty station, one of my soldiers, very tiny female. She's probably 110. I don't know. Not strong in any physical aspect at all, but she was intelligent, you know? Yeah. If we needed demo calculations right away, boom, she's got it. And that's how I would adjust when I'm doing a mission or something. Hey, you stay right here and you do that because I know you can. And then I'll have the guys out there pounding pickets, whatever. And I'm not saying I didn't have her do that stuff. It's just you got to put the roles where they make the most sense, right? If you got a big old fat dude, you're not going to be like, hey, pal, you're my runner. Because you know it's going to take forever. So you're going to say, hey, you're on paperwork duty, buddy, because you're fat. And then the fit guy's getting, you know, reprimanded, so to speak, because now I'm fit, so I'm in trouble, so on and so forth. But we come back to the equality of it, right? I think that with
chivalry, we were talking about chivalry.
And what is your thoughts on it? Do you think that because everybody can just claim that they're a woman now is the reason it's diminishing being a woman? I
think that's part of it. I think it's there's a whole lot more to it than just that. There's a whole lot of other factors.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's the notion that a woman can do anything that they want, or a man can do anything they want.
Which is why you brought up the feminism movement, because they're saying, hey, we can do everything you can, and then reality comes, and you're like, well, we can't do that, but who cares? And that's the problem. If you always have an excuse why you haven't done something, it's because you're coming up with the excuse why you haven't done something. If I'm at work, here's the perspective. If I'm at work and I had to get this job done today and I didn't get the job done, nobody gives a why the job's not done. They just know it's not done. And now guess what? I get to work my weekend to get it done. That's all that's going to happen. So, I had a flat tire this morning, or I ran out of gas, or, you know, I forgot my tools. That doesn't apply to anybody. It doesn't. Nobody cares. Here's a better perspective. I'm late to my appointment. How? How are you late? Because you didn't pre-plan to be here in time. And this comes back to the 15 minutes. This comes back to the adding minutes to your drive time. And why is it so hard for people nowadays? And I'm not blaming any generation at this point because there's old people doing it, young people doing it. Where is the whole common courtesy of I have to be here? If you're late, no one else is at fault but you, regardless of what you want to think. Oh, there was an accident. Well, guess what? Unless that accident lasted an hour long because you left that much earlier, you're still at fault. I have never been late to an appointment. I have never been late to anything.
See, that's the thing about the Bareris. You know, we have had such a hard time planning our time efficiently. Like, we're always late to everything, bro. It is so hard to get this family out the door.
Yeah, but we're not talking about
time. Like, it's like,
I'm not talking about parties or anything like that. I don't care about stuff like that. We're late to stuff like that because I don't care about it, right? I'm talking about things that matter. I got to be at the doctor's. I got to be at my kid's show. I got to go to work. Got to go to work. You know, the people think that it's fine to be late for work. You're insane. Being late to class, stuff that actually matters. Obviously, I'm late to Timmy's birthday party. Well, you, Timmy. All right. I'll be damn late and you're still getting a gift. Things that affect other people's lives. That's what matters. And if you're late to stuff like that, it's because you're disrespectful. I encourage people in the comments to tell me what you think is excusable for you being late. I'd love to hear it. Go ahead.
We need to go back to with the whole chivalry thing. We didn't finish. Women aren't being raised with what to expect from the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What to look for. You know, and boys aren't being taught how to treat a woman the proper way. You know, like, for example, my little girl, you know, like, I make sure that she sees how I open the door for her mom all the time. You know, how anytime we got groceries or something like that, I'm carrying all the heavy stuff. You know, I'm helping her with things that a man would help a woman with. And then just recently too, like, for example, we just had a father-daughter dance. You remember that?
Yes.
Right. You know, we treated it like a date. You know, like, father-daughter dances were always as good for little girls because it gave little girls a chance for their fathers to show their daughters, hey, this is what you need to look out for in a man. You know, let me show you. A man's going to open the door for you. Like I'm doing right now, honey. You know, like, he's going to pull a chair out for you. And I did all those things, you know, whenever we went to our father-daughter dance here on Fort Bragg, you know, like, I bought her a little corsage and I put it on her, you know, on her wrist. You know, I opened the door for her. I pulled her chair out. You know, I danced with her and all that stuff. And she felt like a little princess. And, you know, the point at the end of the night, you know, basically, like, hey, if a man doesn't make you feel like royalty, like valued and wanted and like a little princess, basically, then he doesn't deserve your time. I think that's lacking in today's society. I think parenting has gone to a different level now, has gone to in a different direction where it's really doing an injustice for our children.
If you're a female and I'm trying to be courteous to you, don't be offended by that.
Yeah, I hate that, bro.
And I'll put it this way. I've had a lady, she walks in the restaurant. I'm right behind her, so she holds the door. Should I be offended and say, whoa, what are you doing? You don't think I'm man enough to get my own door? But you'll have a female, I'm holding the door. What do you think? I'm helpless? I need you to do that?
Yeah.
And you're forcing society to give up on chivalry. Just because somebody's helping you doesn't mean they're disrespecting you, doesn't mean they're belittling you. It's just, maybe they're just being courteous.
Quit taking offense by every single thing.
Anyway, positive message for the day. If you are that person out there that just doesn't get the social engagement that you need, this is the place you're going to come. All right. We're going to have the Discord up here soon where people can come chat. Maybe there's people that you don't know who live in your area, want to meet up, and it'll just be kind of a social engagement. That's the whole point of the podcast. Grow the community. Yeah. Veteran ran, not veteran only.
Put the controller down. Put your phone down. Go pick up an old hobby. Go play basketball.
After the episode.
The kids. After the episode, exactly. The only kind of social media you should be doing is Sergeant's Corner. Those connections with people, socialize, rediscover hobbies. And in the meantime, before you do that, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and hit that like button right below. You see that right there, right here,
Follow if
right
you're
here?
not.
And follow too. Okay. Maybe leave us a comment, tell us what you think about this whole social media dilemma and social inadequacy that we have.
Right. And
That's
if
it.
you have if you felt inspiration from hearing the words come out of our mouths, share that. And if you didn't find it, you think we're super annoying, share it anyway, because I'm sure you know somebody personally that would love to hear from us.
Yep.
That being said, 22 seconds your way.